Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Hopefully very good. Everyone I've met so far said the opposite, but I believe in you. So, my name is Anton. I am head of integrations at Aurora, and today I will be talking to you about a recent development that we are really excited about. But first, let's start with overviewing what Aurora is. So, everyone here knows about NIR protocol, right? Yes, I would take it as yes. If not, talk to me more about it after presentation. But what NIR is modern, latest generation horizontally scalable blockchain. Because it's horizontally scalable and modern, it was built without doing the compromises from before at the core, so it's not by default EVM compatible, and Aurora is the way to make NIR EVM compatible. Aurora is implemented as a smart contract on NIR that has an EVM inside, and this way we kind of have the legacy support of Ethereum, but on NIR. The part where it's built as a smart contract on NIR is very important to the main topic of today's talk, so I'll get back to that. But yeah, this is a really neat way to do it. Imagine like you have the EVM execution inside of a smart contract. It sounds very cool, in my opinion. So on top of that, we do have the mesh of like the Web3 RPC infrastructure on top of it. So for the developer, for the user, when they interact with NIR through Aurora, it just feels like Ethereum. So it's fully Ethereum compatible. We also have the Rainbow Bridge that connects NIR, Aurora, and Ethereum. And it's a really, really cool bridge that is trustless, generic, like real bridge with real bridge, and it makes sense because like a lot of bridges are actually just like shifting liquidity between pools on different chains. Rainbow Bridge is actually a bridge. And then this brings me to what I want to tell you about today, which is Aurora Cloud Suite. Aurora Cloud Suite is our recent product offering, because we believe that at the core of mass adoption and next wave of successful development is actually the B2B offering and solution that should solve various problems that blockchain didn't manage to solve like previously. Aurora Cloud consists of three main components, which are Silos, Borealis, and PaaS, and I will get to that in a second. And yes, it's brought in the first place for the kind of B2B offering, where you have much more control over, it's like up chains, but different. And why is it different? Because sorry, the mic is a bit weird. As I started, the Aurora itself built as a smart contract, which makes it quite unique approach. And because of that, for us to have up chains, we actually don't need to deploy new chains. We need to deploy more contracts of Aurora. It also makes it ultimately much more composable, because again, like we're writing contracts, and then on top of that, we are in contracts itself. So the contracts, the silos, the containers, if you will, are also highly composable, and you are not like miles away from the mainnet, and yet you have control, and you have control over choosing how you want to interact with the outside world, like you should in a business-to-business offering, right? So you can have permission DeFi, you can have like whatever comes to your mind. Aurora mainnet is just one of those silos. Again, like with most of the traditional DeFi integrations, and you are just like a call away from it. Yes, so I will get to that a bit as well. So Aurora silos, automatically all Aurora silos are supported by Rainbow Bridge. Again, if for some compliance reasons you don't want to have bridging, it's also not a problem, because you have full control over that. It has Aurora path that I will get to in a second. Of course, it has an explorer, efficient scalable RPCs, and as everything on NIR, it has BOSS support out of the box. Yes, so with this Yes, important thing that I forgot to add to the slide. Because it's, again, like business-to-business tailored solution, you have two very important things. You have control over who can deploy contracts on your instance of Aurora, and you have control over who can have access to your instance of Aurora. And what it means, you can go full like mainnet, completely permissioned for everyone. Or you can go, if you have to, for instance, in my previous example, like permission DeFi. For instance, let's imagine we're building a traditional brokerage platform where everyone who trades on it has to be compliant to all sorts of compliance checks. With Aurora Silas and with Aurora Cloud overall, you can actually have mechanics in place to just implement it and be sure that you're compliant and it all works as requested. Yes, Aurora Pass. So again, what we are solving is not only the B2B offering, but also for mass adoption and for overall traditional usage. It shouldn't, like using blockchain should be beneficial and not disruptive. And what it means is that you want to have user experience where, first of all, we believe that gas fees should not be, like the user should not be facing gas fees for every move they do on chain. Aurora Pass is our wallet that will work on Aurora, will work on Near. We are launching it soon. It has free transactions by default, 50 free transactions. Depending on the apps, we also work with apps to completely abstract away the fees from the user. So generally, the idea is with Borealis business that I will go to in a second. The idea is that the business takes away this complexity, pays the fees for the user, and then like it's settled on a business level, not on a level of like UX hurdles for the user. Yeah, and Aurora Pass is also, you don't need a seed phrase, everything is like biodata decoded, and it's not a custodial wallet, it's a proper wallet, yet that solves the security mechanics in a simple and understandable to a web-to-user way. Yes, and Borealis is actually the tool set for businesses to have information about the users, to be able to offset, to create custom gas mechanics. If you want to have on Silas, you can have gas fees in any tokens that you want to. You can also, again, abstract the fees completely away, because in the end, on a technical level, all the gas is always paid in Near. On the settlement layer, again, because it's all on Near. It's for us, it's still the EVM interface to Near, and therefore on Aurora level, you have all control what you charge from users. So it's not directly like the Near that is paid for the transaction. In the end, is not connected to what you charge from the users. Therefore, it enables you to make all sorts of business logic mechanics for that. And yeah, so to sum up what cloud is and contains of, it has the EVM containers that are just instances of Aurora. It can be private if you want to. So you can have Aurora Cloud on anywhere you have new runtime. And of course, I imagine the huge use case for it will require privacy. And for that, Aurora Cloud will be working on Calimero that provides private shards of Near. It's connected to the real world through Rainbow XCC near horizontal scalability. And I want to take a minute to highlight the XCC part. So again, like as I said, Aurora provides you the EVM interface on Near. And originally, like the runtimes were kind of separated. So you still, if you use EVM apps, right? It's all executed on Near, but you were not able to for contracts on Aurora for EVM contracts to interact with Near contracts and back. Right now, we actually released the functionality that allows you to do it, and it kind of, when you think about it, it kind of makes us to achieve the Ethereum 2.0 roadmap in a sense that we have a modern horizontally scalable blockchain that is legacy compliant, and your legacy EVM apps can, legacy, the word is terms used for reasons that, it's like not everything has to be JavaScript. Yes, so right now we are having first apps that are using it, and that will, first of all, it enables new native projects to be able to just benefit from everything that was built on Ethereum before, right? And this is huge, especially given that most of the DeFi is built on EVM, and yeah, there is no need, no reason not to do near native now because you wouldn't have DeFi primitives. So yes, again, user onboarding through Aurora Pass with removing the UX complexity and pains of blockchain from the user. Borelli's business for not disrupting the flow for projects as well, because again, especially if you talk about the Web2 companies, and we see still very, very strong interest from traditional businesses that are already successful in a Web2 space. We see a very high interest in blockchain, so for them to actually do the final step and to start kind of taking blockchain in their operational flow, it has to be non-disruptive. And yes, robust, good stuff. And if you want to know more about Aurora Cloud, you can go to auroracloud.dev or scan the QR code and get more information. I'm also very happy to, whoever wants to know some more, come speak with me, please, afterwards. And this is the slide that everyone has at the end of the presentation. And you know what to do, I believe, for that. Thank you.